Well, SS Billiards was opened in November of 1970 when the strip mall I'm in was completed. It was opened by a man by the name of Sam Snelling. And average life of a game room then was 1.5 years, 2 years. And typical of that era, he was going to sell it or close at the end of his 2-year lease. My mother bought it with my help in September 1972, and I've been involved with it ever since. I was born into the coin-operated industry. My dad went and worked for an operator when he came home from the war in 1946. And my earliest recollections is standing on a stool scrubbing playfields when I was 4 years old. I've not known a time without pinball. Jack Garnieri with Jersey Jack Pinball had posted on his forum one evening that he needed somebody for tech support. And I just happened to catch it when the post went up, so I right away typed, me, 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 me. And then a lot of people got in there and said, well, yeah, this is great and everything else. Well, then I realized that I think Jack was looking for somebody in New Jersey, not somewhere else. And I tried to put the fire out. I said, actually, I think Jack wants somebody there. And, I appreciate all the kind words, but, let Jack do his thing. Well, it just could not be stopped after that point. So Jack did call me the next day and hired me. And then prior to that, I was helping Rick with Bay Area Amusements on his help desk. And so then later when Planetary Pinball Supply and Chicago Gaming came together and started doing the remakes, because I had worked with Rick previously, he also asked me, to help with the remake tech support. And now with the Stern opening the first Stern store in Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania soon, that's a good friend of mine, Bob May. I'll also be helping him with Stern pins, which, pinball sales that Jack owns, I've helped tech support on Stern pins previous to this at Pinball Sales Sold. So I've been, in one way or another, helping some of the manufacturers and stuff for quite some time. I got started on Pinside just about like every news group or forum I've ever been on. I just happened to run into it and I seen somebody had a question and needed help on something. So then I register, sign up, do whatever I got to do and respond to it. And been with Pinside ever since. Ben Heckendoran, again, an incredible genius, a different genius than Charlie, but a genius. And both Ben and Charlie are really awesome people. I first met Ben at, there was a local group, Pinball Madness Bunch, that were having an event in one of the homes, 3 of the homes, in fact, called the Ball Crawl. And I first met Ben there like at 1 in the morning, the wee hours of the day. And they've been partying and pinball and drinking and stuff all day long. And but meeting Ben is really a treasure. I mean, he was big into controllers and home gaming and everything else. I don't know what possessed him to get involved in pinball, but he did. Thankfully, he did. He did the programming for America's Most Haunted. He's an incredible person. He's nice. He's probably one of the nicer people you'll meet. And again, like I say, just talking to him and stuff, he's just very creative. Ben Heck really did an amazing job on the game. My understanding, if you go to Google and Google Bill Paxton Pinball, he's got a whole website about how he developed it. And I don't know that he knew an awful lot about pinball when he set out doing this. He knew there was a twister pinball, so he doesn't have twister modes in there, but he does have a twister quote. But he has an Apollo 13 mode in there, and he didn't, there is an Apollo 13 game. And pretty much everything he apparently glommed off Craigslist or he made himself. He made his own DMD, made his own lockdown bar. And for a custom-made pin, it's not a retheme, it's custom-made. It does have 5 random modes and 5 regular modes. And games held up pretty good in commercial use. Ben, when we got it, Ben did cleaned up a little bit of the programming and did make it to coin play for me. But it's just, to have it available to the public, because I remember some years ago when he first showed it at Oconomowoc at the Midwest Gaming Classic, I was like, why Bill Paxton? I mean, I can see guys doing a Caddyshack pin or this or that. Why? But when I saw everybody downstairs gathered around it, laughing and just having a super time, I was like, I wish I had one. Well, now we do.